visiting with recently retired Councilman Terry Ryan, with the owner of the Ryan Garden restaurant here in Grove. And I just want to ask you why you decided not to run. There are a lot of people in support of you, and we're looking forward to your candidacy.
It was a personal decision, Doug. It had nothing to do with my experiences on city council or whether or not I enjoyed what I was doing up there or the amount of work involved. None of that was really an issue. The issue for me in deciding not to run, was I felt that I have so many irons in the fire that I needed to narrow my focus on the things that are extremely important to me, which is my business, my family, and Doc Services, the senior services organization that I work for. The time that I spent was rewarding. I made a lot of friends. I was encouraged to seek a second term on city council. I was counseled and encouraged by people who had always supported me. I was encouraged by people who didn't support me initially, but who came to know me over the 4 years that I sat on city council. Always when I told them my decision was that I devoted 4 years to public service here. I did it because I wanted to. I think I served a need.
You did well.
I think there was some positive results from that occurred in the 4 years. So I accomplished my goals that I set out. So there really wasn't anything else I felt for me to stay for. The city's in good hands. Even some good decisions have been made since I left city council in a short period of time that's been concerning the purchase of land for the industrial park primarily, but and that's really important for this city. A lot of people, when I told them I wasn't going to run, said, well, Gabi got to you, she thinks it's time for you to retire. And I said, no, as a matter of fact, Gabi was the first person in line to encourage me to consider running for my position on city council again, and she lobbied me for 3 to 4 months.
She's a good lobbyist too.
To the point where she said, well, Terry, I've told you all of the reasons why I think you should do it. There's really nothing else left for me to say. It's your decision, and I made my decision. So I just want to make it clear that it wasn't my wife who influenced me not to run again. But I'm happy with some of the accomplishments. Probably the two biggest things I'm happiest about is, number one, the new hospital that we're having built. People who supported me in my initial in my campaign for the seat had problems with my position on that, but I had the opportunity and took the opportunities several times to discuss it with anybody who wanted to talk about it, and maybe in all cases people didn't agree with me, but they understood the reasons for my decision, and that's the only thing I ask for, is for people to understand why I make the decisions to take a position on something that came down there. And credibility is the only thing I had in that job, going into that job, and if you don't have credibility, then you really don't have anything to offer the community when you speak on the subject if you're not credible.
Do you think the city should put natural gas, a bigger line out to the industrial park for the asphalt people?
There may be a day when a bigger line has to go out to the industrial park, but for the benefit of an individual business, right now, when there are other alternatives, I think there's an alternative outside an option outside the city limits for the asphalt plant to do what they want to do.
And now you just want to invite people in for sauerbraten.
Oh, absolutely. Sauerbraten and schnitzels and even some prime rib.
So what night is prime rib?
We're open 4 days a week. Prime rib is available all 4 days.
All 4 days?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Councilman.
You're more than welcome.